Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So another Valentine's Day card is coming your way today. So I'm using the Miss SUNKISSED, and I cannot pronounce the last one for the life of me, so I do apologise. And I also apologise if my lighting keeps changing. It's just my phone adjusting to the backgrounds, so I do apologise for that. I'm taking a 6x4 inch card, and then I just realised that I need to take the foam piece out, as this is a rubber stamp, not a clear stamp. So I remembered. So I'm just taking the stamp and placing that into my stamp platform using my Tuxedo black ink to stamp this. And then I did stamp the logo, and I didn't like the logo being there, so I cut it off, and then I ended up restamping this off screen. So if you wonder why my card all of a sudden just got bigger, that's what the reason was. So I'm taking a stencil here, which is by My Favorite Things, and again, I can't pronounce this, but it is linked in my description. This only cost me £1 off Dice to Die For, so I definitely recommend going there, checking that out. I'm taking some Distress textured paste in matte, and then I'm also using my Rosebud Memento ink to change the colour. So I've just taken a CD wallet because it's got a slippery surface, that way I don't need a craft mat or anything, and I'm just adding a bit of ink. I'm just going to mix that in. So as you can see, it's starting to turn into a nice pastely pink. So I think this is definitely something worth doing. I know some people will buy textured pastes that are all different colours. You can do that, but I'm very limited on the space that I have, so it's just easier having just different coloured inks and one coloured textured paste. So yeah, so I'm going to use this, and I've already stuck my stencil down, and I do bring in some scrap paper to cover my image, because I don't want that to be like over the top. So I'm actually happy of how this turned out. So I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to speed this up a little bit and add some music, and I'll see you closer to the next step. I finished doing all the distress paste wise. I would normally leave this to dry, but I was in a bit of a rush. I wanted to get this done. So I'm just going to colour this image in. All the colours I use will be linked in the description, and I'll also leave a time frame on screen of where to skip to. So once I finish colouring in, I'm just bringing in a gel pen and adding some details. I'm sorry you can see my jumper in this. I didn't realise how close I was to the actual desk, to be honest. I was stood up. So I'm now taking Wink of Stella and I'm just adding that to the pale pink of her dress or top, whatever you want to call this. I'm also adding it to the bows. I do add a little bit to her eyes so it looks like her eyes are sparkling. And I also add it just to the heart where I've drawn the white lines. And then later on, after I'd done this maybe 3 hours, I was looking at it and I was like, it looks a little bit like something's missing. So I ended up adding Wink of Stella to the dots inside the paste and it turned out great. So this is the card. And now I'm just going to take the sentiments, which is the Holiday Sentiments Reveal Wheel styled by Lawn Fawn. And I'm just taking Happy Everything because I don't actually have any Valentine's or love things wrote in my stamp set. So maybe that's something I need to look into purchasing. So I'm just taking some scrap card and I'm just going to stamp this using Memento ink in black. And I ended up cutting this in the flag shape, but I ended up changing my mind at the last minute, so I ended up not doing that. And yeah, so I ended up cutting it so it was flat on the left side, but had the flag side on the right. And then I also added Wink of Stella to this too, and then I also added some of the red that I used to colour the heart in on the out edges, just so it sort of tied it in, because otherwise it just looked like it was just out of place there. So I ended up doing that as well. And as you can see, there's me just cutting that out, and I looked at it and I was like, no, I don't like it. So I was like, let's trim it again. And I think that's my issue. I'm never fully satisfied with a card. I don't think I've ever actually made a card yet that I'm there's no way I could make that better. So I think that's one of the issues with being constantly wanting to be a perfectionist. That's just something I deal with. My family do think I've got OCD. I know that, and I feel really bad for them. So, but as you can see, my camera just does not want to focus at all. And I don't know if that's due to the new topping on my desk, because it used to be old wooden and it used to focus quite easily, but with this blue marble effect, it just doesn't seem to. It always seems to focus on that instead, so I do apologise, guys. I'm just taking my multi-matte medium glue to adhere this. Normally I would use double-sided tape, but my double-sided tape was at the other side of the room, and I was just I want to get this done because I had some other stuff that I needed to do, and I had to send some stuff back, so I needed to go to the post office before it shut. So yesterday was just a little bit of a nightmare for me. But this is the card, guys. I also just add my own logo to the back, and that is it for the card. So yeah, I'm not much of a Valentine's Day person, because I know some people give Valentine's Day cards to their parents, their kids, or something like that, but I don't really feel comfortable doing that. I don't know what that's about, but I just don't. So yeah, unfortunately I don't really like Valentine's Day. But I did want to make some cards for you guys, so it gives you some inspiration. But that is it for this video. If you liked, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell and follow me on my socials. But I'll see you in my next video, guys. See you later.